Well, greetings and welcome to the epic saga of Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Alright, so I'm actually a big fan of Mass Effect, to be honest. I kind of played it as it was releasing into the second game, so I'm quite looking forward to see it tidied up because, you know, like Mass Effect was always one of those games that was a little bit, how should we say, clunky for most of the better words, and it had kind of a rough end as well. Let's be honest, it was not looked on as fondly from its hardcore fan base. I've never been deep enough in, I don't think. Well, I don't know. I get pretty deep into anything I play, to be honest. Like, I get very engrossed into lore, but I'll move on to other things, so I won't obsess as hard as some fans out there. But I know a lot of people are very, very disgruntled by the treatment of Mass Effect by BioWare. Ooh, it's so interesting to see this game like cleaned up, because it's never really had a clean up edition on Mass Effect 1, and to have it just so easily flow, the complicated nature of having your games continue on in Mass Effect was always a little bit odd, but to see that streamlined is very exciting. Oh yeah, very, very reminiscent of the original. Just much nice, cleaner lines. Alright, what's this character creator going to look like?
Welcome to Alliance Military.
Oh, it's still got that woman.
Classified information requested. Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
Ah, here we are. Oh, much cleaner character models. I wonder if they're going to give me more options. So I'm not going to go for a default model. I'm going to make something up. I've got a few things in the hindering in the back of my head. I've always played over the notion that maybe one day I'll just do a series completely based on just messing around with character creators, because I just really like making characters and like getting influence from places. So I wonder if that would fly, if anyone would want to watch like me just do character creators and then not actually play the game, just do character creators for everything. So I'm going to opt for the bungling shepherd, but I have this naming convention that I like to put in when I get to be a female character that's a bit more barbaric. I often call them Mad Margarita. I just really like the naming scheme, but I'm just going to go for Margarita Shepherd hitting this one. I like the name. I think it's a pretty decent like OC name. But yeah, I feel as though it's going to be the Bungling Spectre in this playthrough. Everyone's going to be playing these games.
Please log in to access your
Everyone's going to be playing these games super seriously, and I'm going to be like the Bungle Lord. I'm just going to go through the game willy-nilly. I'm just going to see how it goes. Because I've played through the series, and I played...
Warning, data corruption detected.
I played very,
reconstruct
how should I put it?
profile.
Stringency?
Confirm pre-service history.
Because there is it's weird, because Mass Effect in many ways has a very particular way in which it wants you to play. It wants you to play extremes. So I'll just see how it flows. So to go with my Bungle Lord, aggressive, gun-happy Margarita Shepherd here, I'm thinking Earthborn's probably going to be the one, but what have we got here? So, colonizer, you were born in a colony and raised on a Mindor, whatever that is. See, Earthborn, you were an orphan raised in the streets of the great metropolis of the covering Earth. You escape the life of a petty criminal and the underworld gangs by enlisting with the Alliance military when you turned 18. I quite like that backstory. You've also got the Spacer, which is both your parents were raised in the space colony. I think Earthborn's going to be the one I go for. It's the most gritty backstory, I think.
Profile.
If you're going to go for the renegade option, I'm trying to theme it a little bit. Soul Survivor's pretty good. I like the whole terminology. The thing is, you pick these options at the beginning of the game, and they're only going to matter so far into the game, and then unless they've done something in the Legendary Edition, they only come up in the first game. What's ruthless? Throughout your military career, you've always been held as fast to one basic rule: get the job done. I'm not going to go for War Hero. War Hero is what I did in my original run, but which is just, you're the golden boy. I think Solar Survivor is my favourite.
Confirm military specialization.
Alright. So, I was an engineer. I think I was an infiltrator, actually, the first time I played through this game. And then I think on a replay, I played as an engineer, because engineers are pretty OP throughout the entire game. I want to be a bit of a psychotic, so I do definitely want to be using the biotics in some way or form in this game, because a lot of biotics users are kind of mental cases, so I like the theming. So adept at our biotics, that's that one, and then a sentinel is biotic and engineer. Oh, I like the Vanguard because they got the shotgun and the biotics. That could be pretty fun to play through. Yeah, weapons and then throwing out biotics every now and then. I think that's probably what I'm going to go for. And I'm going to go through the character creator in a minute, and I'll spare you the brunt of it.
Confirm facial identification.
Oh. Confirm appearance, change appearance. Oh, I see. They've opted to go for the how would I best describe the look of characters in Mass Effect 1? Funky? They're a little bit ugly, aren't they? Look at them. They're very of their gen. I like that weird skin texture where they don't quite know how to do skin yet, so they've got like a weird texture on top. Man, it's such a thing of like the PlayStation 3 era, early PC gaming. Anyway, I say I'll spare you the run over of me doing the character creator, because I don't know if that's going to be something that interests people, but I could spend ages here tweaking all this stuff and commentarying as I tweak down each of the different parts of the character creator to try and make something that I'm looking for. But I'll spare you that, and I'll just we'll rush through this as I make a character that is to the theme I want. I think I'm pretty happy with this. I kind of looking at her. I kind of gone for like a Angelina Jolie
complete.
Gone in 60 Seconds look, but then I also kind of took a little bit in from that female character from Dread. I forget her name, the blonde. Especially the Dread film. I really like her look in that, and I'm going to be a little bit more of the judge, jury and executioner kind of shepherd through this playthrough. I think there is a massive incentive on I'm a coward. I'm not going for anything higher than veteran. There's a massive incentive in this game to be lopsided, and there's an even more massive inception kind of like push to go for good shepherd. Like, there's a lot of pros to being good in the Mass Effect series, especially towards the later game. So it's going to be interesting. So they've got a legendary mode here. That's the new legendary mode. You have 1 to 30 levels. In classic mode, the original 1 to 60 level range will be used instead of the 1 to 30 levels range. XP and talent points progress remains the same, but the number of levels has changed. Well, it's new, so I'm gonna go to the legendary. I'm gonna just see what it's like. You know, I could go to the classic mode, but I've played through Mass Effect twice, so I'm not too worried about withholding the, you know, what it used to feel like. I mean, I'm eager to see what they've decided was in need of changing, because what I feel was in need of changing in Mass Effect is probably way different from what actually got changed. That's a decent looking Earth.
Well, what about Shepard? Earthborn, but no record of her family.
Oh, that voice acting.
Doesn't have one. She was
Nostalgia.
raised on the streets, learned to look out for herself.
She saw her whole unit die on a cruise.
Oh, dude,
She could have some serious emotional scars.
Every soldier has scars. Shepard's a survivor.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
I'll make the call.
In the year 2148, explorers on Mars discover the remains of a spacefaring civilization. In the decades that followed, these mysterious artifacts revealed startling new technologies, enabling travel to the farthest stars. The basis of this incredible technology was force that controlled the very fabric of space and time. They called it the greatest discovery in human history. The civilization of the galaxy called it Mass Effect. Ba-da-dum. Title drop. So the Admiral, voice smooth like butter. Yeah, Keith Davis doing the voice acting for Admiral Anderson. He's probably one of the more prolific voices throughout the game. Very, very good role from him. Good old Goliath from Gargoyles. Whee! Oh, they've done... The space looks very cleaned up.
Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot. Acquiring approach vector.
Ooh, I've never seen Mass Effect with so many smooth edges.
All stations secure for transit.
And you also got Joker talking there. Good old Seth
Orders
Green.
green. Approach run has begun.
It's funny because I obviously knew Seth Green from other things, but he really did like stick out like a sore thumb in the Mass Effect series.
Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1.
I'm very excited to see what they've done to the texturing and the general
Thrusters,
upkeep of this game.
Check. Navigation. Check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift. Just under 1500K.
It just doesn't feel like Mass
1500 is
Effect
good.
without all the
The
popping.
captain will be pleased.
I haven't seen one instance of
I hate
popping
that
yet.
guy.
It's so weird.
Not
Texture
as
popping
big
is
a
like
problem.
synonymous with Mass Effect.
So you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pin.
Margarita doesn't look
That's
pleased.
incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
Ooh, dialogue options. This is one of those early things where it's probably the first game that I had so much dialogue options when I played it. Got the cheddar. I think. Oh my god, the fact that the game gave me a prompt to do this is actually kind of horrendous.
They don't send Spectres on shakedown runs.
So there's more going on here than the captain's letting on.
It's very true.
Joker.
Spectres are important.
Status report.
We'll learn
Just
more
cleared
about
the mass
Spectres.
relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance Brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
You motherfucker, Joker. You upset him.
Great. You pissed the captain off and now I'm gonna pay for it.
Don't blame me. The captain's always in a bad mood.
I always
Only one who's
blame you,
talking to
Joker.
Joker.
I thought I detected a little bit of popping, a little bit of like load time when we were first seeing Shepard, but we don't know. Ooh, what we got going on here? Speak to Captain. Squad. Ooh, it's already letting me do stuff. So I got 3 points to spend. I'm not too worried about buffing combat immediately. It will be important. Again, I feel like the game, like the Mass Effect series, really does benefit from having specialization. Like, you want to go full in on certain things. I definitely want to use shotguns, so I definitely will probably go full in on pistols at one point. But I also do, they already give me warp and throw, but barrier is really, really good, so at some point I would want to power up barrier. Lift's good, like, but I probably prioritize barrier. But the game's way funner if you always max out your intimidation or charm, whichever one you want to commit to. And again, like, the game wants you to commit to one side or the other, really, but I'm only really maxing it out because then it gives me options. But I'm often gonna like bungle through stuff because it's funnier. Timeline: the year 2069. Armstrong's outpost at Skelling Creator became the first human settlement on the Luna. It is formally founded on July 24th of the 100th anniversary of the first lunar landing. 21-3, Lowell City in Esso Cassium becomes the first human settlement on Mars. 21-37, Elder Free Ashlands Energy Corporation demonstrates helium-free fuel extraction from the atmosphere of Saturn. So that's the way they got certain fuel from Saturn in that year. 2142, construct of the galactic station Jump Zero begins beyond the orbit of Pluto. 2148, prospectors discover the Prothean ruins at the Prothean Plenium on Mars. Plemium? I don't know what that means. Translation of the Prothean data leads humans to the Charon Mass Relay System Alliance, founded to coordinate exploration and colonization of extrasolar worlds. 2151, a shipping accident at the Singapore International Spaceport exposes downwind communities to the containers of dust form element 0. Alliance begins construction of the Arcturus station. 2152, roughly 30% of the children born in Singapore after the element 0 exposure suffer from cancerous growths. Ew. System Alliance begins settlement on Earth's first extrasolar colony world, the planet Demeter. 2154, Commander Shepard is born. 2155, System Alliance occupies completed portions of Arceus Station as a headquarters. 2156, some children of Singapore exhibit minor telekinesis abilities. 2157, Turian encounter human explorers, first contact wars, occupation and liberation of the human colonist on Shinex. 2158, human learn potential of biotics, an international effort to track element 0 as exposed beings. Roughly 10% of exposed children show some level of biotic abilities. 2160, System Alliance Parliament formed. 2165, human established emissaries on Citadel. 2170, Batarian slavers attack the Alliance colony of Mindor. So I think, in theory, this Batarian slaving thing is part of your backstory. Also, Batarians, I think, is quite weird that they're brought up here. Were they always brought up here? I can't remember if this was in the original game, because I don't think Batarians come into the effect until Game 2. Maybe I'm wrong. 2176, Skyline Blitz. Pirates and slavers attack Elysium, the human capital of the Skyline Verge. 2177, Freshmore devours the Alliance colonists on Akuz. Important place, Akuz. 2178, in retaliation for the Skylar Blitz, the Alliance fleet wipes out an army of slavers on the moon of Tofang. 2183, current year. profile. You were born on Earth, but you never knew your parents. A child of the streets, you learned to live by your wits and your guts, surviving in the hidden underbelly of the megalotropolis of the humanized homeworld. Or humanity's homeworld, I don't know why I said humanized. Eager to find a better way of life, you joined the Alliance military. When you came of age, you volunteered for an exhibition to Akuz, a lush world on the outskirts of the Alliance space that had suddenly dropped out of contact. Arriving on the surface, your patrol found the settlement intact but with no survivors. At nightfall, the Threshamore struck mindless abominations of teeth and tentacles that rose up from beneath the ground. Constant gunfire couldn't drown out the shrieks of your fellow soldiers as they were dragged down to their gruesome deaths. 50 Marines died on Akuz. You were the only one to make it back to the landing zone alive. A monument on the planet commemorates the massacre, a grim reminder of the price humanity paid as they spread throughout the stars. Pretty cool, right? There's some pretty fun backstory stuff. Where's the racist one? There's definitely a race one somewhere. I forgot this had voice acting.
Roughly 1,200 years ago, the Turians were invited to join the Citadel Council to fulfill the role of galactic peacekeepers. The Turians have the largest fleet in Citadel space, and they make up the single largest portion of the Council's military forces. As their territory and influence has spread, the Turians have come to rely on the Solarians for military intelligence and the Asari for diplomacy. Despite a somewhat colonial attitude towards the rest of the galaxy, the ruling hierarchy understands they would lose more than they would gain if the other two races were ever removed. Turians come from an autocratic society that values discipline and possesses a strong sense of personal and collective honor. There is lingering animosity between Turians and humans over the First Contact War of 2157, which is known as the Relay 314 incident to the Turians. Officially, however, the two species are allies, and they enjoy civil, if cool, diplomatic relations. Roughly 1,200. The Systems Alliance is an independent supranational government representing the interests of humanity as a whole. The Alliance is responsible for the governance and defense of all extrasolar colonies and stations. The Alliance grew out of the various national space programs as a matter of practicality. Sol's planets had been explored and exploited through piecemeal national efforts. The expense of colonizing entire new solar systems could not be met by any one country. With humans knowing that alien contact was inevitable, there was enough political will to jointly fund an international effort. Still, the Alliance was often disregarded by those on Earth until the First Contact War. While the national governments dithered and bickered over who should lead the effort to liberate Shanxi, the Alliance fleet struck decisively. Post-war public approval gave the Alliance the credibility to establish its own parliament and become the galactic face of humanity.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice little intro to that. Let's go see what the Admiral wants, eh? Oh my god, I paused it for a second to save before I went over to the Admiral. I just realised I forgot that the PlayStation 5 is the era of camera mode. Every game, I feel like every game in the PlayStation 5 catalogue is going to have a camera mode. It's so weird. I'm not against the trend, but it's just such a funny trend. Oh man, you can control the film grain. Perfect.
I'm telling you, I just saw him. He marched by like he was on a mission.
He's a Spectre. They're always on a mission.
And we're getting dragged right along with him.
Relax, buddy. You gotta give yourself an ulcer.
I didn't know you could shoot, like, in the ship. Did you always have a punch? Talk.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
I heard you arguing.
Sounds like you don't trust our Turian guest.
Sorry, Commander. Just having a chat with Adams down at engineering. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
What do you mean? I know what he means. It's because we've got a Spectre on the ship, and there's no real reason for us to have a Spectre just loafing around. It's like a special investigation unit being in on just a random, like, I don't know, check-in patrol.
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
Good luck, Commander.
I grew up on Eden Prime, Doc. It's not the kind of place Spectres visit. There's something Nihilus isn't telling us about this mission.
Doctor?
That's crazy. The captain's in charge here. He wouldn't take orders from a Spectre.
Not his choice, Doc. Spectres don't answer to anyone. They can do whatever they want. Kill anyone who gets in their way.
Oh, you watch too many spy vids, Jenkins.
Jenkins?
What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
Oh, I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal.
There was a lot of
real
smooth
action
edges
usually
in the
ends with
original.
me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
Relax, Jenkins.
You need to calm down, Corporal. A good soldier stays cool even under fire.
Sorry, Commander, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before. Not
This
one with
Daisy
a Spectre on board.
on this, like, Federation ship. You've got this, like, Boy Scout here. Oh yeah, let's hear his rundown of the place.
What can you tell me about Nihilus?
Turians are generally well respected by the other species. Their fleet has more patrols protecting Citadel space than any other. They don't always get on well with us, though. Some people find them too rigid. Others still blame them for the First Contact War. As for Nihilus, I haven't said more than 2 words to him. He usually only speaks to the captain.
I heard Nihilus once took down an entire enemy platoon all by himself. Man, I can't believe I'm on a mission with an actual Spectre.
I thought you were, like, all suspicious of the Spectre, like, 2 seconds ago, mate. You're fine. Like, I guess, like, because it's the first game, they have these, like, species comments.
What do you know about the Spectres?
I think Earth is quite
Spectre
anti
agents
other
work directly
species
for the Citadel
overall.
Council. They usually work
There's not
alone
many
or in small
open-minded
groups.
people.
Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
They're kind of like the 007s of the universe.
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins? What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development, so you don't have any city noise or pollution. My parents lived on the outskirts of the colony. At night, I used to climb this big hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous. But when I got older, I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even Paradise gets boring after a while.
Those lip movements are insane. He's like, it feels too fast. It's like, maybe they went back in and mocapped that. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't even know about that. Why are we going there?
Any idea why Eden Prime was chosen as our destination?
It's correct.
Not really
it's just
sure, Commander.
kind of weird
Eden
because
Prime's
games
one of
don't
our
usually
most
go
stable
that
colonies.
mental.
Good place to take the
monolith
Normandy
where
for a shakedown run, I guess. No real danger there. There's got to be something else going on. We've got a Spectre on board. That's why I'm so wound up. I can't wait for the real mission to start.
It's just another mission.
Do your job, follow my orders, and there won't be any problems.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself on a cruise. Everybody knows what you can do.
Yeah,
this is my big
I
chance.
definitely
I need to
proved
show the
myself
brass
by
what I can
getting.
do.
Don't play the hero. There's no rush. Be careful. Don't play the hero.
This mission isn't about personal glory, Corporal. We have a job to do. Don't do anything stupid to mess it up.
Don't worry, ma'am. I'm not gonna screw this up.
Yeah, hard ass.
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye, Commander.
I got XP. How did I get Paragon for that? That's bullshit. It's just a big bunch.
Fire in the hole!
Ah! Just ignore me. How do I put my gun away. I need... Can I put my gun away? Ah! I accidentally wore it.
I think it's about time we told the commander what's really going on.
Oh, jeez.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
I assumed that. Anderson looks like he lost a few years. I knew that. What's going on? That's obvious.
I already figured that out.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed
He's
the
got an
stealth
awful
systems
lot of face blemishes there. I wonder if they started it closer to Davis. Why the security? You should have told me. What are we picking up?
I don't like being kept in the dark, Captain.
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis.
Need-to-know basis.
A research team on Eden Prime unearthed
the animation's
some kind
all
of
the same.
beacon
It's quite
during
funny.
an excavation. It was Prothean.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big, Shepard.
We learned that in the
last time humanity made a discovery like this,
intro.
It jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this.
Whoa, his face is
We
intense.
need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
It's so weird seeing him like detailed because he's only ever in the first game. Why did you tell us? You sound worried. I'm glad that you hear this help. We don't need your help. Should I be racist? Nah, let's do the neutral. You sound worried.
Are we expecting trouble?
I'm always expecting trouble.
There's
How
more.
action hero of you.
Nihilus isn't just here for the beacon. He's also here to evaluate you.
Yeah. Like how he is.
Since when do we answer to the Spectres?
You're smart enough to know how things work, Commander. The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
Not many could have survived what you went through on Akuz.
Akuz.
You showed a remarkable will to live, a particularly useful talent. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
I'm gonna be very gun-ho because my character are gonna be very vicious, I think. You support this, Captain?
I assume this is good for the Alliance.
Earth needs this, Shepard. We're counting on you.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
Yeah.
You'll be in charge of
blow
the
myself
ground
up a minute ago.
Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
Beacon, Protheans, I think Beacon.
Why is this beacon so important?
All advanced galactic civilization is based on Prothean technology. Even yours.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars, we'd still be stuck on Earth. That was just a small data cache. Who knows what we can learn from this beacon? What if it's a weapons archive? We can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Like who?
The Attican Traverse isn't the most stable sector of Citadel space. There are plenty of raiders and criminal groups active in the region. They might figure a Prothean beacon is worth the risk of attacking an Alliance ship. Plus, Eden Prime is right on the border of the Terminus systems.
Terminus systems.
The Attican Traverse is under Citadel protection. If the Terminus systems attack, it's an act of war.
Technically, yes. But some of the species in the Terminus might be willing to start a war over this.
The last thing the Council wants is to get dragged into a major conflict with the Terminus systems. We have to keep this low-key.
I'm ready.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Pew, 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 pew.
Bring it up on screen.
It's weird because it's like they've kept the pauses.
Get down!
Where there was normally like weird load-ins. It's so interesting. I think maybe they wanted to keep the feel. Because there's no way they need the pauses, right?
I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need.
The bugs are here. Oh jeez. The only good bug is a dead bug.
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all.
Oh, that
Just
wasn't
goes dead.
live?
There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5.
Wow, good memory. His jowls.
Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Ain't no
Take us in,
ship.
Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
Oh, Jenkins. Jenkins, the poor red shirt.
Engaging stealth systems.
That JPEG is a bit rough.
Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
What?
Approaching drop point
I
1.
can't hear you. Over the noise. What are you saying, Commander?
I move faster on my
Beacon?
own.
What's about beacons?
Nihilus will scout out ahead.
I don't like
He'll feed you
beacons.
status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
I don't like putting my life in the hands of a Turian, sir.
Nihilus is on our side. He wants you in the Spectres, and he wants that beacon.
Ready and able, sir.
The mission's yours.
I was like, I don't trust him. And it was like a racist remark.
We are approaching
I feel like
drop
that's
point
going to
2.
happen a few times in this game. I think we should be cautious. Taurians can't be trusted. Oh, Jesus.
Ship perimeter secured, Commander.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to Cardboard Entertainment, friend. If you enjoyed this video, consider sharing it around or leaving a like or doing all the other stuff that YouTube's metric algorithm likes. I don't know. Anyway,